Hi, I'm Mike from Michael's Motor Cars, located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and I'd like to take you over to show you a car we recently acquired that we're putting up for sale. I have to say up front, this is one of those cars that I just have always loved these cars. When I was 15 years old, my first car was a BMW 1800 Ti, and then 2 years later, when I was 17, I bought my first BMW Coupe, which was a 2000 CS, the predecessor to this car, and I still own that car, the 2000 CS. So I've always loved this body style, always loved how these cars look, and I just think they're just gorgeous. So you'll probably get that idea through my talk today. This car was interesting to us. It actually was in Lancaster, which is where we're located. The history on this car is it was a California delivery car. It's pretty cool in the paperwork we have for the car, and we'll take photographs of this and put it in the gallery. We have the original window sticker from Hoffman Motors Corporation, of course the importer. It was a California car sold in BMW of Beverly Hills. It had limited slip originally, sliding sunroof, leather interior. It was originally blue. It has been changed to black. And for all our BMW lovers, the car new sold for $13,657. We all wish we had bought 10 of them back then. We also have a delivery label that was with the car originally, showing the original delivery of the car. So this is pretty cool. It stayed with the car its entire life. The car spent most of its life in California. And for us on the East Coast, we love California cars. I mean, the lack of rust, particularly on a BMW Coupe, they were very susceptible to rust problems. The second owner of the car lived in Virginia, which is also a nice place for a car to be. He is the guy that changed the color to this metallic black, and he also changed the interior of the car, which I'll go into in more depth. But while we're in the front of the car, I want to point out just the overall condition. The bumper chrome, I believe it's all original, very nice. There's no dents on the chrome of the bumper. The stainless trim that goes around the car is beautiful. It's not marked, no dings or dents. And these cars when they were built, incredibly expensive. These are all actually screwed in place. They're not clipped on with plastic. They were all screwed together. Coming along the side, the car currently has 4 Alpina alloy wheels. The guy that we purchased it from did these wheels. He has 3 of the Alpina hubcaps, which we'll show you. So it's missing what would be the correct 4th hubcap. So he just stuck BMW emblems in there. You know, it'd be kind of fun to find that 4th hubcap and keep it looking like this. We also have, which we took separate photos, the original BMW alloy wheels that came with the car. All 5 of them, which includes the spare wheel. Coming along the side of the body on the car is very straight, very true, very clean. The engine compartment, it's the original motor, automatic transmission. All of this area, and you can see the blue paint right under the black, but all of this is original. All of this is the undercoating that BMW put on the cars, specifically here around the shock towers. This is all original on this car. Same thing on that side, where the VIN number is, the original color, all the stickers, that's all original. And along here, this is where, again, for us in Pennsylvania, we don't get to see them like this very often. The main thing with these cars was rust is what killed them. And this car is just very, very clean and rust-free. It's also been changed to Weber carburetors. These cars originally came with Zenith Strombergs. I remember working on these cars. The older carburetors were always difficult to make run properly, particularly through the warm-up cycle. The Webers are much nicer. So that's what's on the car. We also do have the original carbs and the original air intake. That's all coming with the car. It also does have electronic ignition installed in the distributor. So electronic ignition, Weber carbs, stock exhaust system, everything else appears to be stock and original on the car. Coming to the interior is where it gets a little more interesting. And I like things when they're original and stock. So this is not necessarily my preference. Somebody was a woodworker, actually made these. This is, of course, this is not original. The wood up here is original. This door card is not. As I put this wood in here, it's nicely done, but it's not original. It's not leather, it is vinyl. Same thing with the seats. The seats were recovered. This is not leather. It looks like leather, and the previous owner thought it was, but it's not. It's vinyl. But importantly, all the chrome trim, all of this is gorgeous chrome that BMW used on these seats is all here and in very nice condition. So you can leave it the way it is or make it original again and restore it back to leather. The headliner, which we'll take pictures of, is excellent. The dash wood is very nice. The dash top is very nice. There's one slight crack way over here on the top, over there. Gauges and instruments are all very nice. It does have a replacement steering wheel, a wood steering wheel. We do have the original BMW wheel, which we'll show you, the bigger wheel, which the car came with originally. So you could put the original wheel back on it. Be nice to find original door pulls on the car. It does, and of course it came from the factory with the electric sliding sunroof. All of the trim, the chrome and polished trim, is gorgeous on this car. And we'll take a lot of in-depth photos. So the parts that were luxurious about the car have held up very nicely. When they did the repaint on the car, it's a good repaint, it's held up well, but it was not a window out, not a glass out. So there are tape lines on it. But the car is very presentable the way it is. It's just not the original color. Coming to the rear of the car, same thing. The rear lenses, and this is the same as my 2-liter CS. Rear lenses, all of this is excellent on the car. The rear bumper is not damaged at all. The chrome is beautiful. So as we go into the trunk area, I wanted to show you this. It does have the correct panels here. And I'll show you the toolkit, which happened a lot, is damaged. The plastic breaks up here, and I'll show you that in a minute. But we do have the complete tools. So it'd be fun, again, to find a new replacement drop-down tray for this. And has the original carpeting, which is quite nice and original. And when you look at BMWs, the old ones, this is after you look at the front shock towers, this is the second place to go. This is all original on the car. The spare wheel well is all original. You can see the original color, the blue. And we'll take more detailed pictures again for the gallery, but excellent overall condition. This is still tight, not rusted. The jack is there. Up under here in the upper shock towers, this is all original, very clean. Just a nice, again, I can't overemphasize it, a California car. No rust on the car. So this is all here and would be fun to make it nicer. As we go over here, this is the toolkit to the car. And we do have, I believe, about 90% of the tools. And they're the correct original BMW tools that came with the car. But the lid itself is damaged right here. So it'd be nice to get a new tray for it. These are the 4 Alpina hubcaps. So we have 4, I'm sorry, we have 3. And you need to find a 4th. That's a new ignition switch for the car. This is the spare tire and one of the 5 original BMW alloy wheels, which I have a separate photo of. And we do have the chrome BMW hubcaps that go there. And this is the correct BMW original steering wheel. So this will fit right back on the car, and also it has a car cover that came with it. There are a few other miscellaneous spare parts that come with the car. A bunch of window regulators. These cars were notorious, particularly the rear windows, for being intermittent. We do have some service history on the car. A lot of window work done to it, which was very common on these. Nothing of real huge significance though, just a standard, well cared for BMW. The other thing worth mentioning on this car, which is important, is the previous owner did acquire a BMW 5-speed transmission to put in the car, and that comes with the car. So it's the BMW 5-speed transmission. It's the correct one because it has the manual hookup for the speedometer, so it's easy to mechanically hook up the speedometer. It's not electronic. We also have the pedal box, which has a clutch pedal and brake to go with the manual transmission. So a lot of people convert these cars to 5 speeds. It changes the character of the car quite a bit. The automatic does suck a lot of power out of the engine. So you're getting with this car, along with the car of course, a 5-speed manual transmission, the pedal box, and the original steering wheel. Here you can see again the interior that was done on the car. It's in great condition. It wasn't that long ago. And this was the middle owner in Virginia that did all of this work. The third owner of the car, which is the fellow in New York, and he had the car for about 5 years. He basically was maintaining it. When he purchased it, he had some servicing done. He had the front calipers replaced, the rotors, the pads, some other general servicing work to get the car usable. Again, beautiful. The side mirror is nice, all of this. But I'm in love with these cars, so I could talk about this car all day. So it's an interesting car. It's very presentable the way it is. You could drive, this car is very drivable. You can use it, have fun with it, get involved in BMW stuff. It would be fun to source some of the parts it needs to gradually make it whatever you want to do. It's a good, very strong basis of a car if you want to go farther, either change the paint back to the original blue or change pieces of the interior, whatever. But it's a neat find, neat car, well running, nice and smooth when you drive it. Please watch our driving video and ask us any questions you may have. This is a good one. This is a rare find, rust-free 3.0 CS, 3 owners from new, long-term ownership in California, middle guy in Virginia who transformed the car, and then the third owner for about 5 years, and then we got it. So hopefully we'll find a really nice home for this car. It's a great car looking for a new home. Thanks for taking the time and looking at our car today.